Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Still here on LTV International and our today's breakfast show. And of course, we all still witnessing the escalation in the Middle East because of the Israeli-Iranian war and the exchanging of waves. They both launch waves of missiles. And yesterday, Israel had assassinated the top commander of the Iranian armed forces, Ali Shadmani. Also, the escalation is still going on, and the U.S. Department of State had briefed yesterday the American stance concerning the situation, and the U.S. President warns Iran to and appeals for Iran to unconditionally surrender. Also, he called for the Iranian people to evacuate Tehran on the spot. And he also warns that the easy target of the supreme leader of Iran, Khamenei, is an easy target for the U.S. and for Israel. So to come closer to the situation and to analyze what's going on behind it, the repercussions politically, economically, reshaping of the face of the Middle East, not only the map of the Middle East. We are delighted to be joined over the phone by Mr. Rahman, journalist and political analyst. Very good morning to you, Mr. Ram.
And a very good morning to you and to the dear viewers.
So, first of all, Egypt has issued a statement for the concerning the escalation in the Middle East and of course, concerning the Israeli military attack on Iran first, and described this as a dangerous escalation which violates the international law. Concerning the American stance, there are so many controversial issues. I would like you to analyze this for us. Number one, America or the U.S. Applies for Iran to unconditionally surrender. Number two, the Iranian people to evacuate. Number three, they are inviting Iran on the same time to the negotiating table. So how we are supposed to understand such a controversial stance of the U.S.?
Reshaping the Middle East and manipulating the Arabic East is the name of the game here. Played on the most harsh way by the U.S. and the Zionist existence. The assault against Iran. It wants to break Iran. It doesn't want to eliminate Iran. It wants to weaken Iran. To make the Zionist existence seems as if it's the new giant.
You mean that they are not aiming to eliminate Iran from the map? They want only really to destroy the nuclear power of Iran. But the other question is here, is Israel able to do it without the support, the full support of the U.S., the greatest ally to them?
We all know that the U.S. and the Zionist existence are two faces of one coin. Iran is threatened by not eliminating, but threatened by a conspiracy to change the regime. Right now, we all remember that in the late 70s. The regime, the Iranian regime by its leader Khomeini, was cultivated by the West into Iran after changing the regime, changing the face of the Shah, Reza Pahlavi, and they have changed it by a man that was created and cultivated by the West into Iran to make a new strategy. The new Western strategy then was creating the religious state, the fanatic state the same symbol that represented by Israel or itself, as it has declared itself as a religious state and a Jewish state. That was the strategy, creating the Mossad built up or created terroristic groups like Al-Qaeda, like ISIS, like whatsoever. Yeah. That was the strategy of the Western intelligence, like the CIA or the MI6. And now, today, it's about changing the regime again. It's about threatening Iran to be divided or to be weakened, to cut its influence from the whole territory. I believe, maybe I would say it cruel way, but both Iran and Israel are dangerous to our own best interests as Egypt and as Arabs. Despite that, of course, we are condemning and we are against that brutal attacks by Israel against Iran. That goes without saying, of course. We are against those attacks. These are an act of terrorism. But in the meantime, we should never forget that the Iranian influence is dangerous to the Arabs, as well as the Israeli occupation that is being expanded all the way to Euphrates is a part of this new strategy. As I have said, they are trying to weaken Iran, to make it weaker, to make the regime weaker, even change to another face. Maybe the son of Shah Reza Pahlavi that was appeared in Iran, in Israel, in too many occasions, and being supported by the West. Maybe it would be the new card to be played, as well as they are creating the new monster in the region by making the new Israel, the bigger Israel. We all remember that at the year of 1948, the Israeli existence was created by the British colonization and by the Rothschilds. And today, they are creating the new monster, what they call it, falsely claimed, falsely forged in Torah. That is what they call it, the bigger Israel. So we are, as Arabs, as Arabs and as Egypt, is facing the most critical situation that we have faced since the European wars against the Arabs in the era of Salah ad-Din.
Yep, and this is like the escalate of or the yes, the as we lost Iraq. I mean, we do not need to see another Iraq.
Yes. Mr. Amr, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us today on Nile TV. I would like to ask you, you just mentioned that Israel is trying to weaken the nuclear power of Iran. So is this the sole aim of the war, or they have behind the scenes scenarios?
I believe this is the proper scenario for the action that was taken, the terroristic attack against Iran that has eliminated the supreme leaders of the military and the nuclear physicians and scientists. I believe they have cut the head of the regime. They have decapitated the regime's head. I believe this is that means there are changing in the regime, even if it's not by the attacks. It's going to be from within inside the peoples, the powers of the resistance in Iran.
Yeah.
The state will be unstable for a long while, and it will be occupied by discussing how the Israeli attacks has happened like this so easily, as if you are seeing each and every military leader that was killed. They have done it so easily. So that means there is huge filtrations in the military army, in the army and the military association in Iran. That shows how weak the regime is already. Even before they are already weakened right now. It has been shown that it's too weak to be infiltrated like this, to be invaded like this, to be assassinated. The whole chief of staff, the military association that was killed in one strike. That means that the Iranians are too, as a regime is not, they are not, they have the same strong or the same strength that we have possessed 20 or 30 years ago. I believe, again, that doesn't concern Iran as a first target. The true target, the real target is the Arabs. They are hitting Iran, eliminating the influence of Iran, the regional influence of Iran in the region, to make space for the Israeli influence. They are exchanging the Iranian influence by the Israeli influence, all the way to Euphrates, from our own eastern borders, the eastern strategic border, or I call it the Eastern Strategic Front, all the way. That is consisted of Gaza Strip, that is fully occupied right now by the Zionist existence at a very strong threat to our own national security, all the way to Syria, that is being ruled by a cultivated regime by the Mossad and the CIA and the Turkish influence, all the way to Euphrates, that goes to Iraq, that is under the Iranian influence as a regime. The Iranian, we all know that the Iranian influence on Iraq and on the regime and on most of the powers that are ruling Iraq. That means the Israeli influence will be the substitute for the Iranian influence. That is a true threat by the international Zionism against the Arabs. This is it's a matter of existence. Here comes the role of the Arabs. What did they do against the aggression against Iran? It's not about Iran is a threat. Yes, Iran is a threat, but it's a number 2 threat. As well as valuing the powers. The Zionist power today is the most strong, since it was created and cultivated like a thorn in our side, like a poisoned thorn in our side as Arab and as Egypt since 100 years ago. But today, what did they do? How did they react against that aggression? How many countries that opened its own airway for the American or the Israeli attacks? There are too many questions. How will be standing as Arabs against such strategy, not just an aggression?
You're right.
That strategy
Mr. Rahman.
Really is dangerous to our own international security.
Yes, you're right, Mr. Rahman. It's, of course, as I mentioned before, we are not really ready on the time being to witness a new collapse of Iran like the collapse of Iraq in the Middle East. It will really have great repercussions on not only in the Middle East, but also for the whole world. As now we listen to other statements from other countries to support Iran outside of the Middle East, like Pakistan and North Korea. So it will be like a third world war. So it will be really of great repercussions for the whole world, not only reshaping the face of the Middle East only.
Well, of course, we can see 2 points here. The support, the Pakistani and the Chinese support, and the remote support by the Russians to Iran, that represents the differences of situations, or maybe creating two fronts, two international fronts against each other. This is one thing. The second thing here, the second point is, there are international powers that is above all regimes, even the Western and Eastern regimes, that are igniting wars each and every time, each and every period of time. They ignite a war here or there and finance both sides, and they arm both sides. They supply both sides with arms and means to go into war and to kill each other for their own benefit. The same power that has ignited the World War II and the World War I, they have the same strategy: make two enemies fight and let us collect the outcome of that war on their own behalf, on the behalf of on the account of the stability and prosperity, and on the international peace. Today they are. I wouldn't believe that Iran would reach that standard, that level of nuclear project
power,
if the Europeans wouldn't agree. They have agreed partially, and today they are changing the strategy. Today they are eliminating or cutting the wings of Iran, as well as they are giving more space for the Zionist danger to be expanded and threatening our own national security in the region. That means, of course, that even the U.S. regime is being used as well as they are using other regimes. They are using the American regime as a tool to ignite
the biggest ally for Israel, of course, and the only supporter and the biggest supporter for Israel, and the biggest ally for Israel. So we'll witness what will go on in the developments on the ground in the next coming hours and days. And we wish the situation to be de-escalated. Mr. Abdel Rahman, journalist and political analyst, many thanks for your insights and analysis, and have a nice day. Well, short break, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back right away.